with the basketball. Irving. Off the iron. No good. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Horford. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Caris LeVert at the line for 2 shots. 71% for his career. Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Hayward to Horford. Driving right to the basket.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Nothing going here on that drive. Fires the three. He was all over him.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Brooklyn's got it. Yes, D'Angelo Russell. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Here comes the screen. Horford to Irving. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
D'Lo reminds me so much of Sam Cassell. He's not the fastest guy, but he gets where he wants to go anytime. The word that is key for him, potential, potential, potential. Will he be able to accomplish his potential?
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Irving to Horford. And Davis there to grab the rebound. Dinwiddie with the basketball. 12-6 our score. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Irving brings the ball up court to Horford. Surveys the floor to Irving. Beyond the arc for 3. The Nets have the rebound. And the finish at the rim.
And for the money Crab got, he better be a professional scorer, getting it done the hard way.
Irving with the basketball. They find themselves down 10. Shot by Tatum won't fall.
Pick up, pick up, pick up.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Missed the foul shot. To Irving. Dinwiddie into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Layup goes down. Well done.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
No good. First quarter in the books. It's been all net so far. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Celtics have it. To Hayward. To Rozier. Lets it fly from long range. Rebound taken in by the Nets. Short jumper off the mark.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
To Dinwiddie. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. He gets it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Minute gone by in this second quarter. To Allen Crabbe. Nothing going here on that drive. Fires the three. Textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Hollis Jefferson. Goes reverse to lay it in.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Hayward. To Rozier. Drives, but a shot won't go down. To Allen Crabbe. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw's good. It's a 3-point play. This big first half continues. Kyrie across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Hayward to Irving. The drive right to the basket. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Shabazz Napier at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Oh, he can't connect. Into the front court, it's Irving. Down a bundle.
Here we go. Here we go.
To Hayward. Here comes the screen.
Big screen right there. Big screen.
Hayward unable to connect. Nets have it. To Allen Crabbe. And count the basket inside.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Here's Irving into the front court. His guys down big. Shot from the lane won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Irving into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Screen coming. Irving to Hayward. Gordon Hayward. That's how it's done. 2 of 4 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 0, Jason Tatum. Entering the game for the Brooklyn Nets. Number 24, Monte Hollis Jefferson.
Down to 5 on the 24. Gets to the basket and scores.
That boy's living his best life.
Celtics have it. Kyrie. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Irving to Hayward. Add 2 points to the board.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish. And the first half has come to an end. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. These are the guys getting buckets for the Brooklyn Nets. The Celtics did a lot of things wrong in that opening half.
At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely.
These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Bench points.
The Boston Celtics had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
Crabbe is providing all of the evidence needed to show that rebounding starts with positioning. You don't need to be the strongest man on the court to have a chance at a rebound. Of course, it doesn't hurt if you're the strongest man out there.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half.
Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
I got ball.
Irving to Horford.
Green, I got your help.
Kyrie Irving for two. Wide open look, won't go. And he finishes at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense.
I got him.
A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. To Hollis Jefferson. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Hayward. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by DeMarre Carroll. Irving to Horford. Jared Allen with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Nets have the basketball. Russell. From long range, they need something to go down. It's no good. Count the basket at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Cruises inside for two.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Here comes the screen. To Hayward. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Did you see the distance between him and the defender? You could pretty much put a department store between the two.
Prices coming down. To Russell. Going to launch beyond the arc. D'Angelo Russell bothered just enough on that one. The ball in the hands of Kyrie. Oh, pass stolen by the Nets.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Russell to Hollis Jefferson. Jason Tatum with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Hayward to Irving. Can't connect from in close. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Into the game for the Celtics, number 12, Terry Rozier.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
When one player goes down, or maybe in this case 2, it gives a player an opportunity to really rise to the occasion. Well, that happened last year with Spencer Dinwiddie. When Jeremy Lin and D'Angelo Russell both went down to injury, this kid went from a D-League player to a starter in the NBA, and one of the most clutch players we had for the Brooklyn Nets this past year.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Hayward. Curling inside. Gordon Hayward. That's how it's done. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
For 3, he engulfed him that time.
Shoot or shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Hayward, short jumper, stays out. Oh, and a putback.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungry.
Jason Tatum tips it. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it. Long key from 3/4 court. Third quarter comes to an end, and the Nets enjoying some breathing room.